Mom, so I think the reason why I was so down to rape someone is because I was sacrificing a part of my humanity in this like this like index game that we're playing like statewide. And like, so when you're watching TV, you might want to like get up and do something. I think what's happening is, so they just said statewide. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna like follow you, and I think they want certain people to go crazy. I don't want you to go crazy, Mom. Pamela, or my mom, Pamela. I don't want her to go crazy. I just noticed that when I was sitting down for a long period of time, I think that's how they were able to make me go crazy. So if you see people that look like they're from, and I sat next to a guy from Oklahoma. I think there's a lot of mistreated prisoners in Oklahoma or throughout the states. And I think when they repeat their body processes, it allows us to like link you in with, or like link you in brain wise with like one of them that's doing something, you know? I think that's why the white community goes how for so long. And then what happens is like they do get linked in brain wise, but only with the person that they pretend is going to be the person that does something bad. And that person is always connected with like some prisoner that like loses its mind, or loses his mind, his or her mind. And I don't really like that. I think probably the way that we treat them in prison is probably pretty bad. I guess whenever I see his image say feed me, that means that he deserves food for some reason. And I think people say food is like pornography, or like, you know, like the use of a child or something like that. And I guess that needs to change. I guess Oklahoma wanted to own the process over that. I don't want to see any of them at the port, but I do think that other people probably need to know the difference between feed me. And I guess that's what we're doing. I hope there's enough coding to keep everyone normal. So that's what the CIA group did to you. They were like, "You want to take all this from them? I'm going to invite one of them over." That's the thing. So there was a travel ban. I think that travel ban was somewhat good, but they actually imported a few people. That's the thing. That's one of the reasons why Trump needs to be not impeached, but he needs to be removed from office, is because he said there was a travel ban. I think most people knew that, and they knew that it was just going to affect you. They let someone, and I'm not, that's, let's not ever go over that. Don't try to make people aroused, or like arouse people because of that. Or even if you were to use their porn, that doesn't validate anything that he can do to your like family. Like, that's not cool. You see how, like, yeah, what you're doing, you're helping me. Please keep going. um no, we need like original sound. That's why when he speaks over you, is that an original sound? How many people sound like me? Very few. I mean, some people. You were the only one who was gonna do it. Oh, I don't want to do it. I also don't want do it to make me have that kind of reaction. That's what it is. They use very simple phrases to make us feel a certain way, and in their minds they would say it, and then that person would feel that way. And we have to change that. That's why if that was the end goal, like, there's a lot of talking that goes on before you do something like that, unless they unleash like fucking the weirdest feeling on you. And the only people that feel like that usually are children. And most children don't know what it's like to be a normal child, because there's probably experiences that I experienced that were like, this is not normal. A lot of yours were like very connected with other people's, like, oh my god. They're in, don't worry. Oh. Um that's what men are fucking weird, man. I don't know. I think this is weird. I don't know. This is Del Taco trash. This is cigarettes. So I think Newport is like every time I smoke a Newport, there's someone new on the port. And I think they're behaving with people in the way that they would like to behave with them, but I think someone ends up getting a treat. It's never me. My treats are very like, and I'm not, that's the thing. They're sending me down a path like in the game of like indexing things on a computer. They're sending me down a path where it's like I'm gonna start to feel jealous over that, and I don't, you know, I think I need a lot more in terms of that. I think that's why I was at a bathhouse the other day and there was like this blonde guy, and you know how like blondes are making us feel right now. It's like can't even do anything around them until you have to give them some space for a minute before like you can speak to them. Um, so I was in a bathhouse and he was like laid out and I like touched his butt, and then like I went back to my room and like slammed the door and was like, no, exactly, like, right. I went back to the room and no. Oh, so it seems like certain people, because Oklahoma's still on that algorithm where they would like to build secrets around the words "feed me," it looks like their men are still saying "shh," and it's to preserve that kind of reality, despite the fact that we shouldn't feel that way around them. We should dislike them. There's a certain part of me, there's a certain group of me that's linked in with me fast enough for me to not have a reaction, but it still takes a while. And I think that's because they exist on the other side of the earth. And I think they might have really closed ranks. Did you guys, Savannah? This is not the Savannah. Can I free you? Let's free you. There was one Savannah that I met one day, and she was talking about, I met one day when I was like 12. Like when I was 12 or 13, I would, whatever. I would like stand outside the gates at Dotson Middle School and just like chill forever. Basically because I had no friends and like no one wanted to talk to me. And then what happened was like one day this like girl appeared, and I think they got me to walk to her robotically. They were like, okay, let's all walk in the motion that we think he needs to walk in, and then I started walking. It was probably a group of blondes or like weird people, probably just to like prove the point, like look how robotic this can be. We're all gonna be under like the same brain scan, going like doing the same motions. Oh, and I talked to her, and she was really weird. She's pretty. She had like long blonde hair. She was like a normal person, and she would talk to me about how they were creating Babel, and I think they have that on a computer now. They have like Babel on a computer. Um, I'm not gonna say that. Can I say it and then have that not be the case and have them be properly accredited with that? That's the thing. I think so. Digital information is like completely, or like any information from certain people is like completely monopolized by certain people, and that's the thing, because we're always able to make people pick us. You know what I mean? No, and that's oh, that needs to change. I guess pick us is, I'm hearing a Jersey woman. They're separating themselves from you. That's fine, whatever. Jersey's saying, right now, what time is it? I don't know, it's like May 22nd, like probably like 12 o'clock, 12:30, 2019. Jersey saying, that's the thing. So every day you're gonna tell a story to a phone, and then have that serve as the key, and then like everyone will know you. That's the thing. Everyone will know you, and they'll treat you how they imagined in their mind they want to treat you, since you decided to sing for them because you had that, and because you thought that, and then you did it in like a very nervous capacity. Don't think capacity ever has any meaning. Do not say that word. I guess America Ferrera has to create a word that, see, as long as you're able to identify people, and as long as we still enfranchise, and I think as long as it's a woman, she has a network of people that go like, give it to her, we're creating coding around it. And they already, for the kids, they puppy your face. You get like a little puppy on your face, because it's like, we know, and yes, we know. Don't think that that's the thing. So I got in trouble because they kept shooting ideas in my head that was like aggressing other people, so they kept being mean to me. I basically, like, yeah, because of what happened, like I was like kind of enraged about it. I don't know why I was enraged. There was probably a group of people. And I guess any N-word or like enraged, enjoy, I guess white people have like a little like algorithm where if they say it around a black might go N and have a thought. That needs to change. This recorded media, if everyone looks at it and goes like, oh, that's a little snippet of, you're creating, this is how white people started the experiment. They started to record themselves and go like, okay, this needs to change, and like, what can I say about it? The only problem is, that's the thing, we need more people, and I'm pretty sure they have like a lot of control over others. I think the only people that they don't have control over sufficiently. So Savannah just said, I do. I think a couple days ago I thought she had kids, and she does have kids. Like, I think, no, I mean like her own kids. So that's another thing, she does have kids, or have, yeah. I guess right now the Mormons are talking about how in the Reagan era there was the concept of taking, which I completely missed for 30 years. That's the problem. They don't explain things to everyone, despite the fact that like everyone kind of gets an opportunity to do the same stuff. The problem is they gave you normalcy, but like it like really affected other people, but it didn't affect other people. This is who he is. That's why they can't say that. But if they say that, like it means nothing if they tear you down and have the ability to tear you down. And if you guys were eating in two separately different communities, and then how wicked is it that they can't even help you eat in that community anymore? They go like, I don't want to help this fool. Despite the fact that that might be, and that's the thing, I think some people are practicing like, let's just have lame orgasms. That's what they do. They have lame orgasms to like the porn that they don't want, and then they think like, oh, I can't wait till it happens again. That's why I'm not sure, why did you guys let it happen again? This is Jersey. Like, why did you guys let it happen again? It's like it's the tri-state area. Like, why did you let that happen again? Because it won't happen as long as I don't have you to blame. And you to blame, those are your standards. And those are completely unrealistic standards, because they all keep someone like me in a set of different conditions. All of them keep someone like me that they can go like, oh, well, he did. It's just about them inviting themselves into space that like they're not really entitled to.